Hi, I'm Life Coach Landry, and the topic is 6 keys to understanding women. Understanding what women want isn't that complicated. Okay, so I'm gonna go over 6 things that for men, this is good for you to listen to if you really just don't understand what's going on and you feel the need to kind of work on some things, and you're trying to either rekindle with a woman, or you've met a new woman, or you're currently in and you just want to sharpen your skills. Okay. Number 1, recognize that women want to feel connected. Feminine energy is conversation, feelings, and connection. That's feminine energy. Okay, masculine energy is the opposite. Masculine energy isn't about connection. Masculine energy is focus, mission oriented, and conquering something, getting something done. Women find that attractive. Okay, women want to make sure that you understand that they want to feel connected. Okay, so women want to make sure that relationships are on solid ground after a period of separation, even a day apart. Establish that closeness as soon as you can, and everything afterward will flow more freely. This doesn't mean you have to put your own needs completely on hold. For example, if you come home exhausted from a long day at work and she wants to talk, trying, saying, "I'm glad to see you. I missed you, and I'm wondering how your day was going. I want to hear all about it, but I'm tired right now. I need a few minutes to unwind, and then we can relax and talk." Okay, is that cool? 15 minutes maybe? And usually you'll get a good response out of a woman about that, because that's showing that you actually want to have the conversation. But you also, you're letting her understand and have some transparency into your decompression. Number 2, don't jump in the problem solving mode. If you're not sure what your partner needs at any given moment, it's okay to ask her. You might say, "It sounds like you're really upset. Would you like me to listen, or would you like me to, give you some suggestions?" Remember, when we talk to people and when you're in a relationship, one thing you want to do, men, is you want to spend time finding out and getting clarity whether you need to be in a two-way conversation mode or she simply wants you to listen. Number 3, if your partner is less interested in sex than you are, try a little empathy. Okay. Now, if you're not compatible sexually, you're not compatible. If your sex drive is having sex once a day and their sex drive is 2 times a week, you're not compatible. Move on. But if it's just, you're having some moments, during the week, you notice this sex is starting to come down a little bit and you're just wondering why, instead of taking the rejection personally and, pressuring her for more frequent sex, consider the possible reasons for the discrepancy in desire. Okay. Reasons have nothing to do with you. Be sensitive to the issue from the past as well as your partner's general frame of mind. Is your partner a survivor of sexual abuse? Were there traumas in her past that made physical intimacy frightening for her? Was sex used? Did she use sex for a tool for a long time to get men and found out to get anywhere, so now she tries not to do that? I mean, you need to pay attention to these kind of things, right? Doesn't mean it's your fault. It just means transparency and talking always helps. Number 4, think about how much work your partner does. Is she frequently exhausted? If she works outside the home, how much responsibility do you assume for cooking, shopping, cleaning, laundry, childcare? I remember a cartoon a long time ago with the heading, "What do women want?" And the drawing depicted a woman, I think she was vacuuming in the bubble above her head. There was a man vacuuming, brainstorming with your partner to figure out how you can reduce her workload. Now, if you've agreed that you like traditional roles in a relationship and you like the woman being the cleaning, you like being there, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But we're talking about if it looks like at a particular time she's got a little bit of need on that particular night, or maybe for the week, take over the chores so that she can relax. What I like to do when I'm dating someone and I notice they're stressed, I'll make them a glass of wine whether they've asked for one or not, and I'll give it to them and I'll tell them to sit on the couch. Let's talk. Let's just decompress together. And you'd be surprised how much women love the idea that you've just taken the time to give them a glass of wine, maybe give them a back rub, and if you know how to play the piano, play some piano and have a good conversation. Be a good man. Okay. So number 5, allow your partner to voice her fears and support her in her efforts to face difficult situations. Women feel empowered by their significant relationships. Your caring attitude will contribute to your partner's success in attaining her goals. Okay. She doesn't need you to talk her out of her fear or solve her problem. She just wants you to listen and understand and give a kiss and a hug at the end of it and say, "Baby, everything's going to be all right. And I'm here whenever you need me." Okay. Number 6, understand that communication is a process. Look at communication problems as an invitation to keep on talking, keep on listening, and eventually work things out. Remember, if it's a major issue, 2 to 3 conversations max. If you can't resolve it, you're either incompatible and you need to move on, or you need to put them in a position to make a choice. You and your partner may communicate very differently. You need to understand this, but the potential is still there to reach even higher levels of understanding and interest. You should be evolving as a couple, not falling apart. Okay, so think about these things. And this is mainly for men, this segment, but I'm also going to do one for women on men with kind of the same kind of layout so that, women can get a good idea of what men look for, okay? But it's not that complicated, guys. It's really not. Magazines and advertisements out there have made men seem so simple and women so complicated. Really, men and women are not very complicated. Our subconscious controls about 80% of what we do every day, and everything else is us trying to catch up. All you got to do is pay attention to these things and recognize that listening and communicating and keeping focused on feminine and masculine energy go a long way to helping your relationship. Okay? So if you'd like to book a personal session, contact me at the email below. And if you found this information of value, show your appreciation by clicking on the PayPal donation link below, and I will talk to you soon.